Does this show actually have a name? What do you want to call this?
Jenny Zhu China.
Jenny Zhu China.
Yeah, a
nice.
slice of life from China caught on video.
A slice of Jew.
A slice of Jew.
I like it. Okay, so explain what the show is. What are we doing? This is something kind of different for you.
Yes, it extends beyond just language at Chinese part. It's basically life, culture, all the wonderful, sometimes weird things happen in China.
We can say quirky.
Quirky,
yes. At times, yeah.
Caught on video.
Well, what do you? So, what is it? It's kind of a variety show, or of some sort, or is this just kind of what you see in your daily life when you go home and
I go with the flow, you know.
Go with the flow. A little slice of you going with the flow.
So this week for this show, the flow is Chinese sentiments.
Chinese sentiments.
From how we entertain,
okay,
to how we bond as family,
okay,
to the kind of animation we watched.
Anime.
Yeah,
all right. Well, let's get started. Let's get started. What's the first video we have?
Dancing is always a good start.
Oh, it's for everything. Yeah.
So now let's take a look at a clip of Dancing with the Stars, but people's version.
All right.
Okay.
They take it. I mean, this is a serious thing, though.
They are professionals.
Yeah, it's not. You know, this reminds me. This is a self-promotion of one of my old shows, but I had this clip of. Of course, you see the people dancing in the park, but some people, like this guy, doesn't even matter if he has a partner, and you see how seriously he's
solo
taking. You can see it right here. He's dancing by himself. So it's a. I mean, it's a serious thing. I mean, is this kind of for the older generation or younger generation, or?
I'd say for the 40s and 50s. People in their 40s and 50s, the middle-aged generation. You see a lot of them in different cities across China gather together, these self-forming interest dancing groups in the park, morning and night. It's a serious pastime for them. And
you'll get dressed up, have an outfit, do your hair?
There are people who do that, and they bring out their stereos and loudspeakers.
Very nice. And
really take it seriously.
So I mean that's dancing, obviously. But you mentioned something earlier on in the show about like families bonding. Did that have to do? Are you talking about the dancing, or is it something else?
No, it's families bonding over potato chips. How do you feel about potato chips? It's a great American invention. It's a great snack.
No, you had me in this, this family-oriented sentiment. You're like, how do you feel about family bonding over potato chips? What in the world are you talking about?
I don't know, but I think this clip would give you some clear clue.
Okay.
长大后，我和爸爸的距离好像变远了。给你温暖的感觉，全新乐事自然暖心系列芒果味。新年快乐！恭喜恭喜！恭喜恭喜恭喜
！What a heartwarming TV commercial!
I mean, it's
a grown-up daughter leaves home, becoming her own person, comes back feeling distant from the family, and a bag of chips.
Is that really what they were getting across?
People? I mean, I think so, yeah. Because my parents never used to buy chips, but after that commercial, they really did buy some. so apparently,
if mom comes home with 3 bags, you've been drifting, right? You need to spend some quality time.
No, but the clever thing is, these big corporations, they really target at specific consumer groups. So for the older, for the more mature consumers, they make commercials like the one we've just seen.
Right.
And for a younger audience, it might be the same brand of chips, but they will do another very cool and hip version of the film, the commercial.
Okay, so I mean, and it's a good thing. I mean, if you look at it, because especially in the West, it's sex that sells. You know, it's like eat the potato chips, get the hot girl. But here it's eat potato chips.
In
and
China, family is the equivalent of sex.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Eric, to be honest, China is not known for its anime.
It's more of a Japanese or Korean thing.
Yeah,
right?
or American Pixar.
Right, sure.
But I think we, a few decades ago, we did make some really, really brilliant animations.
Really?
Using Chinese art. It was before the time of special effects and, you know, cool things you can do to generate.
Like CGI and all of this, right? I mean, this is, you're talking about...
I didn't even know what that's called, CGI?
CGI, yeah,
okay,
computer-generated images.
Back in the days, people were drawing with their pencils and watercolors.
Right.
And someone in China in the 50s made this cool animation about 西游记, Journey to the West. It's a 2-hour-long, it's a 2-hour-long animation.
Wow, when you consider it, that's old school style.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's how they did it.
Well, I've got loads of questions, but first, what is this called? What is it called?
西游记.
Yeah. 怎么到了太上老君的洞府了？嘿嘿，这里倒清静得很，俺老孙正好进去玩玩。嘿嘿，斟酒。
It's amazing. It's like when you realize, you know, how long ago, you know, 60 years ago, each of those movements, the tiniest movement was a different page, a different piece of paper. Yes. I mean, that must have taken, how long to make?
Nearly 10 years, I think.
Took nearly 10 years to make.
Yeah, from the conception to the final piece.
Really?
Yeah, and it was made by the pioneers of Chinese animation. Two brothers who studied in the US and was fascinated with film and animation, came back to China, Chinese brothers, and started this whole thing. So that film, 西游记, my parents watched it when they were growing up, and my generation did too. I hope the future generations will all watch it and be proud of our own heritage.
So a recap of what we've learned today. Dancing.
How we entertain.
Serious business.
Yes.
Okay. If you feel the family dynamic starting to drift, what do?
Potato chips. Mongolian flavor, which we forgot to mention, but it really rocks.
What is
Mongolian barbecue flavor.
Like lamb?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one was
Chinese anime.
Like some really powerful anime.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for letting me be a part of it.
What's your favorite? Can I just ask?
My favorite?
From those 3 clips.
To be honest, I like the dancing.
You like the dancing?
It is romantic, you know, and especially if you live in China, you know, you do go to the park and you do see this, and it's a throwback, especially Shanghai, you know, like the old jazz and you know, the hair, and that's what I was talking about.
The foxtrotting, the waltz.
Yeah, I mean, it takes it back to old school, especially, you know, we're surrounded by, you know, we see Pudong coming up, and it looks like Blade Runner almost. You have your futuristic on one side, and then you have the old, you know, Shanghai, that just, you know, when you read in the books from the 30s, you know. So when I see the dancing, it's a throwback.
Yeah, I'm just so touched by the dedication.
It's serious, yeah.
It's, you know, the kind of things people do to stay afloat, I suppose.
It's a good way to do it. We'll come back next week. Some more.
Slice of life from China. Jenny Zhu China.
Slice of Jew.